Hello, everyone. It's Chandra Gore, contributor for SwagHer magazine. I am here with the most amazing Cheryl Cooley. Now, if y'all don't know her name, get your life together. But she is, y'all, if I sing the song, I'm not going to sing the song, but you know the band KLYMAXX, like real dance up me in the ladies' room. Y'all know good and daggone, listen. That's the song. You already know it. When we get ready to, well, wait. Back in the day, I still use this song to get ready because it'll get you where you need to go. And plus, let's be honest, don't nobody make songs like that no more. When you just, you already, and I miss you. So, thank you for joining me today because I gotta do. And y'all play instruments, please.
Yes, yeah. That's what a lot of people don't realize is we're a self-contained all-female band, and we're the only R&B all-female band that has charted on billboards.
Hello.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Know
Yeah.
y'all history before y'all be acting like y'all don't. Y'all need to understand, like, there's artistry. When y'all put that needle to, never mind, y'all don't listen to vinyl like I do. So when y'all push download on Apple iTunes or Spotify, they not digital. This is all art. Like, this is them playing the instruments.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
playing instruments. Yes.
Y'all was
Yes.
before y'all time though. I just want to say that. Okay.
Yeah, we used to get some strange looks when we would, like put our own instruments up on stage, whatever, fixing them up, not really setting them up, but getting to them, and people that didn't know, you'd be like, well, what are they doing with the instruments? Why aren't they? Where are the guys?
They about to play them, like.
But see, the other part is, a lot of people don't realize that we had two albums before the Meeting in the Ladies Room album that had no video. So they had no idea until the Men All Pause video came out in '85. Then they could see, an all-female band performing, and then the eye was like, oh, now I see. But the first two albums, they did no concept. They couldn't figure it out.
You know what? I really wish people understand. So if you got an album back in the day, right? Sometimes, like, if you look back on some of the old R&B groups or whatever, the old groups or whatever, they didn't have their picture or stuff on the album cover because some of the stuff could not be played in places. And I wish I would have brought my albums down, but I really want people to understand the significance of the album cover, and then on the back with them liner notes. Okay, listen, y'all gotta understand something about vinyl. Vinyl is chef's kiss top tier, but y'all not having a video though.
Yeah, they hadn't had video out yet when we had our first album was out 1981, second one was 1982, and then we kind of had a pause because we were changing distributors and stuff. So I guess it's kind of divine timing. By the time we came out with the Meeting in the Ladies Room album, then video was the thing. It was like, now you got to have a video to sell records. So that was the first thing we did. We recorded the Men All Pause video, and they distributed, and then everybody was like, oh yeah, okay, KLYMAXX, all girl band.
But it's like, okay, that Men All Pause. Okay, I need people to understand. It's when you listen to the songs, it's a movie playing in your head.
Oh
I don't
wow,
think
okay.
people understand, like, because it gives you, especially for that gives you that boost. Okay, y'all, it's songs like that make you okay. I'm so fangirling right now because, like, all of the it's like these are like real sisterhood, like real confidence, real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is baddie music, if that's what they call themselves now, I think. Baddie music. And it's like when you walk in, Men All Pause, you basically saying, like, everybody gonna pause when I walk through this room. That's what happened, okay?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what the whole idea of the song. Well, first of all, the title of the song, Men All Pause, came up about because we were at rehearsal and it got intense and we got sweaty or whatever. One of the girls said, "Oh, I think I'm having a hot flash." And so somebody said, "Oh yeah, menopause." And it was like, well, we never been through that. So what could we say?
Oh
I said,
Lord.
the men
Oh,
all.
listen. You know what? Now that you put it in that perspective, okay, I get it now. Personal summers, I'm not looking forward to them, but they told me it's coming.
Just stick your feet out of the covers. You'll cool down. Just stick your
Oh,
feet out.
Lord.
It's
No, I
okay.
ain't ready yet because I remember one time I was riding down the road with my Aunt Tammy and we was riding and we had a minivan and in the middle of winter, she gonna open the door, the side door to the minivan. I don't want to be like that. I don't think that was, I don't know. I ain't ready. I ain't ready for that. No,
You just find creative ways to cool down. That's all, and no way is the wrong way. You just find your own way.
but not going 60 miles. Okay.
Well, I said your own way. I mean, maybe that works.
Okay. I was so glad she had a seatbelt on because Lord knows I can't catch you.
Maybe
I'm driving. I don't know.
wear a helmet too and the seatbelt.
Oh my God. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I mean, the way that okay. Oh, the influx of girl, like y'all put this because there's a band here in DC called Belladonna, and they're an all female go-go band, right? People need to know the history of that. Y'all are trailblazers, man. I'm like, y'all gotta know y'all history for real because y'all thinking that's what we need more of though. I really want us, music evolves, I get it. But
Well, okay, so here's the good and bad of that, okay? The unfortunate part is that usually a girl, a female that wants to get into music, the first thing they pick up is a microphone. They want to sing. They're not going to go out to their music store and go, "Oh, I want to play, I don't know, bass. I want to play keyboards." They're going to pick up a microphone first. The other part of that is a lot of schools don't have music departments anymore. So a lot of us learned how to play instruments in school.
yep.
And some parents just can't afford to give their child private lessons, and to some parents, that's not priority to other things. I get that. So it's been taken out of schools. Parents are not going to prioritize music lessons. And the first thing they're going to pick up is a microphone. "Oh, Sally, pick up this microphone and sing for us."
No, Sally can't
So
sing.
there's no incentive. There's no, I don't know, prize for a girl to pick up an instrument and start playing Old MacDonald. I don't know, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Remember when we had because we had the recorder, that was one thing somebody was about to put their child out of the house, that recorder. And then because I know with my children, they did violin and cello and stuff like that. They had to.
Right.
But everybody not a singer.
Yeah. Well, I know, but again, they took that in school, right?
Yes.
See, so a lot of schools don't have music anymore.
You need to get back to that.
Thanks for wonderful politicians trying to save money. They just didn't feel that music was priority. But music helps children to develop a lot of parts of their brains that reading a book, being beat down with numbers and stuff, is not going to develop in their brains.
True.
I mean, I encourage parents, if you can find some kind of community organization that will teach your child instruments for free, maybe for $1 or something, they should do that because it develops so many other parts of their brain, their mind. I mean, even as they get older, they are even saying people that have studied music, they're more likely to have a defense against, Alzheimer's or dementia because their brains know how to function in a different way. But I mean, times are a little different than when I grew up, and music was everywhere. I mean, it was like if you were in a neighborhood and one person played an instrument, everybody was going to play an instrument because it was kind of a competition thing, which is
Yeah.
kind of what I grew up in. You know, I mean, there were bands all over the place, but it's just different now. And I think as I'm not going to say parents, but as adult influencers of children, whether it's your relative, your next door neighbor, if there's a way to get them an instrument and tell them, you know, if you learn how to play so and so song, I'll give you $1. You know, some kind of incentive. You
Something
know,
to get them. Yeah, I agree with you, because if some of these kids, and I will say this, if some of these kids had something that preoccupied their time, it wouldn't be a lot of mess going on now.
well, yeah. And then there's other electronic things to distract them too. You know, I mean, when I was growing up, it was like just go outside and play until the street light comes on.
There wasn't nothing on TV that was worth watching until 6, 7 o'clock anyway. I mean,
Saturday cartoons. What you think?
in the morning, and then you took your behind outside. Like,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
it's just, but the thing is that the sad part is that the devices have taken the place of those things that are creative, because I know there's some athletic programs that have them do music.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Because it helps them, like you said, it helps develop their brain. They can problem solve a little bit better.
Right.
But I do think that I really do think the cutting of those musical programs and those arts programs really did have a detrimental effect on the
Yeah.
children's development. So
Sure. Yeah.
okay. So what? Even though y'all invite me to the show the other day, I'm not going to talk about that no more.
I didn't know that you were there. You know, I didn't get the memo.
I could have been there.
Next time you got my well, I'll get your email or whatever, and I'll just put you on the mailing list, and you'll know where we're going to be near you.
Let me know, because I really want to show up and act up, because y'all not gonna sit up here and because I listen, I will dance in the middle of the floor. Okay, y'all gotta understand something. Okay. I just it's because I'm not knocking music that's happening today, but it's something about authentic music that has been it's that beat though. Okay, listen. So quick question. When y'all start like that opening sequence of menopause, right? Who thought that up? Like what? I just need answers. So what was going on in the studio when y'all?
Well, you know, it was kind of it kind of developed, it kind of morphed because on our second album we kind of had the same thing. You know, we're in the studio kind of playing around, just you know, kind of saying some things in the record, the beginning of the record. So it was kind of a development to then when we got to the menopause, it's like, oh, we should do because what's funny is that the very first printing of the album, that dialogue wasn't on there. So it's kind of like we went back into the studio and said, well, let's try this or let's do this. Let's make a little fun of this. So it was a development, you know, and I almost want to say it was kind of taking a chance because the only reason I want to say that is because rap was developing also.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't say we were the first. We were not the first. Rap was developing, but to put it together with music was kind of okay. Let's try it, but we're not quite sure how this is going to be, you know, accepted and stuff. But just you know, because again, it's talking about. You know, when I walk into the room, I know I was looking good. I had my Kenneth Cole shoes on, my Gianni Versace blue leather suit. My nails were done, and my hair was fierce. And I was, you know what I'm saying? So
and I will, and that's I will be walking in the room with y'all. Okay, y'all don't understand. This is what people why I walk in the rooms the way that I do. Sidebar. This is why, okay? Because I'm hearing this in my head, and can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't care if I'm. Go ahead. I just need to tell y'all that's what is going on in my head because okay. See, this whole that's what I'm saying. I don't know, like I just feel like the impact for me, I can only speak for me.
Okay.
But hello, like you think about that's my theme music, and I really don't think people understand what goes on in my head sometimes, but that's why
Not just you, because we've had many women come and say, ever since you guys did that song, I always felt like when I walk into a room and the story goes on and on and on. And even, I don't know, some maybe years or so ago, I was at a, waiting area in a restaurant and there was a group of women, yeah, 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 and all of a sudden say, girl, let's go have a meeting in the ladies' room. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's the language.
It is, yes, because and I keep trying to tell people, y'all don't understand it. That is where that come from, y'all. I'm telling you, they need to have more meetings in the ladies' room with some of y'all, but we're gonna leave that alone. I said it, but y'all have the impact on just you all being like you all being pioneers on, because the guitar, like I'm saying guitar because that's how my daddy used to say it, the guitar or whatever. So yes, I used to like see that and it's like that's so powerful because it was like I never really saw that many women playing the guitar, like, or the bass or anything like that. And it was like to see that for me, that was major. Don't get me wrong, I was born in 82, okay? But one of the things my dad always taught me was he goes, look at these, like you could be any of those things that you want. And I could never understand, I commend anyone to play the guitar. I can't, but it's something, it's so powerful because we have the Slashers, Jimi Hendrix, all of these individuals, but they're great women guitar players. Like y'all,
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all, they need to, I don't know who y'all y'all gonna audition to play the band. I'm just gonna tell people now, we're gonna have an open audition. Y'all gonna show us more than what we see it now. I'm just
But okay, here's the other part too. You can't just pick up an instrument and think you're gonna be able to play like, Jimi Hendrix or, whatever.
take time.
It takes time. And a lot of people don't have that kind of patience anymore. Because everything is instantaneous. It takes time. I mean, my very first performance, public performance, was my 6th grade graduation, right? So by that time, I had like, I don't know, maybe a year and some change under my belt already. And that was just to play one little song. So that was a year. So it takes time. It takes time. By the time I got to, high school, my high school teacher kind of took me under his wing and, taught me orchestration and arranging. And there was an actual band for us to play in, like, called it a Motown style band because not only did they have horns and strings, but they also had guitar and bass and keyboard. So we put that all together. I mean, all of those things still took time. You must be patient. I don't know. But like I said, one song at a time. Mary had a little lamb. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I don't know. Pick a song.
I mean, it's like, I'm just in awe because it's like the work that you've put in and what it's produced and how it's impacted multiple generations. It's like, I keep trying to tell people music is something that even when I'm gone, it leaves that imprint and it's always going to be there because one thing that never changes is music will always be there. And it's like, that is like the ultimate gift to lead. And it's y'all like, and I just feel like I just, oh my gosh. Like I'm just hoping and like that people understand and wake up and go back and listen because there's so much good music that if
well, here's also a difference between music now and music then. Music then had a lot of what we call chord changes. There were key changes, time changes. There was a lot of movement going on. Songs today, they got one chord, one note, one.
It's less than 2 minutes now. Like, remember, songs could go for 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Now it's less than 2 minutes. I'm like, was this the interlude? Like, what is? what is going on? Like, it's like the whole album, 10 minutes. Like, no. Like, I just, it's the artistry that was.
Yes, there you go. That's the word. Exactly. There was so much creativity put into an album, vinyl, even, tapes, cassette tapes. Even when they kind of first got the CDs, there was still a lot of work, a lot of creativity, a lot of music that went into that.
Yep.
People could take home and enjoy.
And the songs were put into a place in a way arranged that it told a story and it progressed.
Yes.
And so it's that's the thing that makes me, and I, because I know nobody, like everybody my age is like, oh, you listen to this. No, I'm good. Because I want to have, music is an escape sometimes. Music is, it's a happy space, and it's like, for me, it's like, I have to see the story. I have to lay back and just enjoy it and listen and, smile, cry, get angry, come back, and then, come back more fierce than I was before. And it's like, you can't even cry on these songs nowadays. You're just angry, want to fight. I don't, there's no love. There's no, like, and it's, you have, like, I have to give you your flowers, because it's like that, this is what keeps me hopeful. And with people develop with feelings and understanding that confidence and speaking life into yourself, that's what I get. And that's something I'm telling you, that you, man, because I try to tell people, even when I look my worst, I'm gonna walk in a room and
take the menopause.
Exactly. I'm not gonna wear no Monique. Monique don't kill me. I ain't gonna wear my bonnet. So I promise, Monique, I ain't gonna do that. But I'm just saying, it's those things, like, y'all. I can't stop smiling, because it's like, you don't understand the level of impact. And I tell people all the time, music is everything for me sometimes. Like, oh.
It's funny when people tell us, that our music had an impact on them, because we were having fun. We were just doing something that, came naturally, and we were having fun. We were out on tour. We were able to go to different places. So it was like, kids on a field trip. And then to come back some years later and somebody say, when I went to your concert, or when I hear your song, and you're like, wow, I would have never thought that I had that kind of impact at that time, because I was just doing me. We were just girls in a band.
I will say this, it was it was supposed to be, because it was like, even listening now, it's like, because you driving and you start jamming, like, you got no choice, but you might end up speeding, but it's okay though. You just hold over, just tell the cops, listen, this is what I was listening to, listen, this is what happened. But it's like, yo, like,
yeah,
to have that, y'all are so talented. Like, that is an effortless talent. I know it took years for you to hone your craft, but it takes talent.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, I really want to know. So when y'all was on tour, who was y'all touring with back then?
Oh, wow. Well, our very first tour, the record company we were with, Solar Constellation, had Midnight Star, Shalimar, KLYMAXX. We were all on the same label. So we toured that. That was probably about 9-10 months that we toured that. And then we toured with Zap, who else? Oh my God, I can't believe Kool and the Gang. I mean, there was a lot of big names that we toured back with them. Patti LaBelle, Luther Vandross. So we kind of switched from tour to tour, wherever we were being routed. But our very first tour was what we, call like the Solar Family Tour. And, I'm glad we were able to do that, because we learned a lot of things on the road that, they even protected us, because we didn't know, I mean, girls in a band. And then, some bands think, girls in the band want to do well, So we had to be protected from that, we're too naive to know, oh, there's a plot and a plan involved, and I'm not aware of it. So, we were very protected. there was even sometimes that we had to stay at different hotels. I mean, it was just sometimes when people get on the road away from home, they just
They
have no
act up.
boundaries. Yeah.
They act up. See that, and this is the most amazing thing I will say is that, there was protection, and that, the covering that people that know nowadays that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So we hear so many things, and it's like, you all had, and that, I just think that that is something that people need to understand. Like, if they take some of the principles that were done back, it changed the way that things go now. Like, a lot of trouble that people get into on the road and stuff, it would not, because there was artist development, there was a media training. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? There was, this is how you sit, this is how you stand, this is what you do. And we don't have that. And I really do wish that they would go back to that so that artists are looked at and taken seriously.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, the record company was very, even if they hadn't taught us, if we made a mistake, they would correct us.
Mm.
So that part of the artist development is lacking sometimes because I hear some interviews and I'm embarrassed for them and they know nothing about me, but I'm embarrassed for them because of the way it comes across,
Yeah.
And I think along with if an artist is doing a distribution, I don't know whether it's with a company or them or self distribution, they should really, you know, um, uh, learn, or I shouldn't say learn, but try to find out, Google is your friend, how what's a positive way to give an interview,
Yeah.
what things should be shared or not shared, in your particular genre, how should you dress, how should you address the person who's interviewing you. I mean, all these things should be in the back of your mind to really, kind of know how to look pristine, look
Yeah.
polished. I mean, yeah, there's some artists, their whole image is to look kind of disheveled, but most of the times the buying public, they want a shiny object.
Correct. And you
You
know what
know,
I tell people? I was like, you know what I said? I don't know how some of y'all roll out and come and look. This what you want to leave a lasting impression. You ain't never seen Luther out here looking crazy. You ain't never seen a picture of him, not even Patty. Like, you ain't never seen. I have yet to find a picture of anybody. Your band, like anybody looking. Y'all ain't never seen Diana Ross looking disheveled. Like, come on,
I
man.
agree. I agree.
Like, those are like, we have to really look at that. You're
I mean,
oh.
as an artist, you are the product. You
Mhm.
are the one sitting on the shelf. You are the one that has to be in the nice little package, packaging, the nice little packaging that somebody wants to pick you up off the shelf and take you home. I mean, when you go to the grocery store, you're not going to buy a carton of milk that's all beat up.
Right. Like,
It's the same with being an artist. Most people, they want things to look nice, new, fresh. I mean, whatever the word you want to put there, but you really have to think about what do you want to present? What do you when you go back 20 years from now and you look at yourself that were an artist for the first time, are you going to be embarrassed or are you going to be proud? You have to think of the long term,
and the internet lives forever.
Right, right. Or even, maybe your relatives, your small cousins or whatever. Are you going to be, they're going to go to school and say, oh, my friend, my relatives in, I don't know, Captain Crunch and the Funky Bunch, look. And they're looking at the picture going, wow, what's really
But
going on with that family?
so plainly, I'm like, yes, I get it. Like, I just, yes. And that's the biggest thing. And I really appreciate you saying that, because a lot of people forget, well, this is me. And I'm like, you're 22 years old, sweetheart. You're going to be somebody's grandmother one day. Do
Right.
you really want that to be there? Like, I mean,
Oh, you're right.
I'm not knocking anybody's choices, but it's like, your legacy is everything. And,
Yes.
it doesn't have to be society's norm, but it could be a little bit put together. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with you. But again, they're not taught this. There's nowhere for them to learn this. They're not teaching it in school. Like
Mhm.
you said, they don't have artist development, so they don't know. I mean, even when I go to go see a band at a restaurant or a club, unfortunately, the first thing I'm looking at is how are they dressed. And I mean, I see some people beat up jeans, they got on sandals, just like, oh, I'm just here doing a gig. That doesn't make me want to come and see you again, because why don't you just come in my backyard and barbecue?
Meet me on the corner. We'll just do it there. Like, you're right. It's like the actual putting together a product that
Yes.
people want to pay money to see. Like,
Exactly. It's almost like you have to honor your audience, or you have to give them a certain amount of respect, because you're asking them to witness your talent and possibly get paid.
yeah.
But again, are they going to pay you because you're looking like you just did gardening?
I was out in the yard. I had to come in here. They told me I had a show. So let me go ahead and give y'all a couple notes, and then I'm going back to my begonias. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. But, you know, we need to exchange this information with each other. I won't say I'll just say exchange the information.
I think I think they will receive it a lot better if you exchange the information, because I really I really do think artists need to be put with seasoned, people who have done this and excuse me, who have shown that side, and the raw talent and the delivery. So that is
Yes.
one of the things. So my next question is, if if there were one thing that you could tell, your younger self, you know what I'm saying, like, not to change anything, but what is one thing you would tell your younger self that would keep you from, to make you smile, or to, kind of give you a glimpse, your younger self, a glimpse of what was to come? Like, what would you say?
You're gonna think this is odd, because the first thing I would say is save money. Because when you're at that level, money is coming at you so fast, you don't think about the future. You don't think about when you're going to be, 40, 50 years old. I always tell new artists, put money aside. Pay yourself like you do church. If you get a gig for $100, put $10 aside in your piggy bank. Save money, save money. I mean, there's so many other things I could say after this, but saving or putting money aside, investing in your talent, that means buying a new instrument. It is so important, because I mean, I'm out there touring and with some old school artists, they're older, I'm not going to say a particular age, but they're older. Their bodies are showing their age. And unfortunately, they have to get out there and perform, because they didn't put any money aside, or they didn't pay into their social security or their pension or whatever it was. They have to go out there and work. They have to be these, over 50 years old, and get out there so that their families can eat, so that they can eat. Put money aside. I can't stress that enough. I don't know, if you're 20, go buy an IRA or something and put money
Right.
into it. Putting money aside is so important. If anything else I would change, or I would tell myself, is to learn about the business as much as possible. Learn how your money is flowing or going. If you're got a record that's being played on the radio, know where that avenue of revenue is going. I mean, I've heard stories of people that don't know about, some large sum of money that's sitting somewhere that they don't know anything about, that the people who are holding this money don't know how to get in contact with them. I hate to say learn the business, because the business itself changes so quickly, but stay on top of it as much as you can. I mean, what was acceptable last year may not be acceptable next year. So you kind of have to keep, a mental track of the trend of what's going. So, just know where your music is being placed. Right. If you're performing somewhere, make sure you're not performing in the middle of a cattle herd somewhere. I mean, hey, I remember, when we were touring back in the day, we performed somewhere and they had set up school desk for a stage.
So you were supposed to stand on. What in the? Okay, so was they gonna pay y'all hazard pay? I mean,
They did pay us for the gig, but when we got there, we see these desks. It's like this doesn't look good, but they had it all together. That's all they had. Sometimes you need somebody to kind of go and be an advocate for you, just to kind of see, well, what's going on.
I would have been right out there. Y'all could meet me on the sidewalk. This is the solid ground. I don't know about the school desks. Who y'all thought was gonna stand on them? Okay, you know what? Who thought that? Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. And then know your team. Know what, hopefully everybody that's, your, I don't know, management team or your support team. Sometimes as an artist, you don't need a manager right away. So, have someone that's an advocate for you that will kind of go before you to make sure things are right. The setting is right, or, the promoter is right, or, just somebody who can be an advocate for you. Because, if you're on stage, you might need somebody else to be out there to kind of be your spokesperson. I mean, that happens a lot, because you just never know. And then as an artist, if you have to negotiate with things, you don't want to be the bad guy, like, you better pay me. You don't want to be that artist, because then the
party need to be there to get your coins, because I will say this. I'm going back into producing comedy shows, and one of the things I always ask is, where's your W-9? How am I supposed to pay you? Are you a registered business? Because you don't want the tax man to come and get you, because I'm recording that I'm paying you. I don't know, what you got going on, but I need to report these funds that are coming out of my budget. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to pay your taxes. We've heard too many horror stories of major artists that have had to, pay thousands and thousands of dollars, or, lose all their assets, like their homes and their cars. So you got to save money. You got to pay taxes. Those things are, as somebody once said, or somebody always says, the music business is, 10% music and 90% business. It really is. You have to have your business together. Take a record. I don't know, make a record on your computer. I got paid $50 on this date for this gig, just so you can have a record. So if ever the IRS gets up in your face, you can say, well, here's my record of what I was paid. I don't know what they're saying, but this is what
I have. Because I tell you, a lot of people don't realize, like, if whatever the IRS thinks you made is what you made until you tell them otherwise. So, and them the individuals that you don't really want to be playing with, because
and if you have constant records, it looks more what can I say, truthful, I guess you could say, than if you have stuff all over the place. Have one place that you always keep all of your music, your create. Hey, even if it's art, if maybe you're painting rocks or whatever, it doesn't have to be music. Whatever your creative avenue is, make sure you keep a separate file from that, from whatever your other livelihoods are. When you show that you have some sort of organization, then you're a little more believable when the tax man does come, if he does come and knocks on your door. You always want to have those answers. How much did you make when you played in, I don't know, Paducah, Kentucky? I just picked some down,
$3.82. That's what I made.
Right. And I can, I made that because in these three cities I made this, so it looks a little more believable. Right. But a lot of people are so excited about doing a gig, and getting paid their $100,000s of dollars, and they want to go out and buy their Lamborghini and whatever else, their gold-plated shoes, and they forget at the end of the year, possibly at the end of the year, they've got to have evidence of what went on. Right. You got $100,000. Yeah, what'd you do with it? You got to have answers.
And now with social media, the IRS is looking at everything people be posting. Oh, I made $3 million, but they want that $3 million. Okay, right. You can't file taxes saying you only made $30,000 because you was online saying that you made $3 million. We want that. We don't want what you.
I never thought of it like that. Yeah, I guess you got a point.
They will do it. Yeah, they will, and that and that's the biggest thing. This is what I really do want people to understand, is how you present things. Like the way that you're saying, if you would have posted, yes, I made $3 million, but I have X, Y, and Z, people could understand that. But these newfangled artists and things, I love y'all.
They haven't been taught.
Mm-mm.
And they're not going to understand where to go to learn it. Well, I don't know if somebody puts something up on TikTok, maybe they'll catch it. You know,
I ain't want to say that, but
there's a lot of stuff on there that's true, and you need to learn. But there's a lot of stuff on there that's BS too. But it has to be out there for these artists to know they don't know.
right.
These they don't know that they don't know. Yeah, I hate to say it.
It's true because I really. So we gonna mention TikTok. If perhaps someone took one of y'all songs and tried to do a dance to it and go viral, y'all better get y'all money. That's all I had. I ain't got no question. I just want to tell you that. Don't let the people use y'all songs and stuff and not get y'all coin, because I'll be the first one. I'm reporting your posts because I'm reporting. You didn't ask them. I'm reporting. I'm telling y'all right now.
Right.
Don't try it.
You're right. You're right.
I said what I said. Because a lot of times, like, people discover, it'll be new to them and they'll take it and they'll run with it. And that's not that ain't for you to make money off of. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all better pay people.
Well, yeah, that part.
Don't. And I really do think that social media is a blessing and a curse, but it's also taking the respect out of the artistry for the artistry of the songs that are created.
Sure, exactly.
So I just want y'all to just know this right now. I'm speaking to anybody who's listening or watching. Listen.
I hear you.
If you I'm clapping, that's wrong.
It's okay. It's just me and you here, right?
If you want to use a meeting in a lady room or men all pause in your little TikTok videos, you better make sure that money is going where it's supposed to go. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
And you better tag them and let them know, because you ain't gonna do that. Because I have this gut feeling that's gonna be the next thing that's gonna be popping up, because with the concerts that's happening now, all these girls and people getting together, going places, that is like the perfect theme. So don't y'all be out here ticking and talking and not paying y'all dues. Okay. That's all I have to say, y'all. Y'all can use the song, but make sure they get their royalties. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I'm talking to TikTok, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, all y'all. Okay. So because you'll see me all get in the comments. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what? First of all, you're not tagging them, and they the ones who did it. I'm sorry. Yes, I will do that, and I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be better, but I don't think it's working.
That's okay. It's you.
Yes.
Okay.
Playing with my songs, my good music, and y'all don't want to give credit where credit is due. I'm just saying, because I think like the discovery, the influx that's gonna come, what I'm saying? Like, I just, I have this gut feeling. It's like, y'all, these feel good anthems are going to be
Yeah.
all of the stuff that's happening now. And it's like, yo, y'all gave us a soundtrack.
Well, and here's the thing with that music that we're talking about is some years old, right? But because it's, what people will say is good music, we're talking about it here. We as the artists are still able to get out there and perform and make money of it. So I mean, it's kind of a good thing that those songs are substantial, sustainable, that we can still go out these many years later and still make a living of it. I mean, some of these songs that are out there, you wonder, are they going to be able to go out and perform these songs, some 20, 30 years later and make a living, or is it just not going to come across on
I
already know what you're doing. I already know. Or is, I mean, there's some songs that are just not going to come across well playing live because they put so much computer stuff on it that, I don't want to pay, my $150 to come see you push a button and sit there, stand there, jump around. I don't know, whatever it is you're doing. And, mumble all through whatever's going on. I mean,
like, thank you. I want to see a show. I don't want to see
exactly. You have to think about your ticket buyer. They're giving you their hard-earned money to have an experience.
Yep.
What they felt when they first heard your song.
Thank you.
They don't want to see you come up in your pajamas with a microphone, sitting down, listening to some track in the background that's not going along with what you singing or saying in the first.
I want to hear what you said because I'm listening to some of this stuff. I'm like,
Certain level of respect you have to give your audience. You just have to
I
remember.
ain't bought a ticket in so long because I can watch you on YouTube and get a better experience. But you know, that's my opinion. I just
I get it.
love that. So okay, I'm a, you know, we gotta, because we'll be here, because I'll be here, because I got a lot of questions I ain't want to ask. I'm not gonna ask them questions because they ain't nobody business. But when I see you in person, I'm definitely gonna ask you some of these questions. You know how people take like little clips and they take it out of context. I ain't doing that. So
Or maybe we'll wait till that recording button is off.
yes, that's what we'll do. Cause I got questions, because y'all went on the road with Shalimar. I need the answers on that. So if y'all don't know who Shalimar is, y'all gonna have to Google it, because that was Howard Hewitt and them. So I know my bands. Now I know my artists. I know,
And now Howard sang on one of our songs. I'd still say yes. He sang, second lead on that. So you better listen to that and hear him singing on there.
Y'all bet listen. I'm going to link my favorite songs in this article, y'all, so that y'all can hear exactly why I love. Y'all gotta understand, I'm fangirl, because like this is the ultimate, like, I'm just okay. Okay. So where has been like, dang it, where can people find you to come and see a show? Because like, you have to experience y'all live. Like, you have to experience it live. You have to hear the notes, the bass, the music, the keyboards. You have to hear all of that. Where can people find out how to get to your shows and not act up like me?
You can always go to KLYMAXX.com. That's KLYMAXX.com. All of our social media is there, our calendar is there. You can sign up, please sign up for our mailing list so that our schedule can actually come into your inbox. You can send me a message there. There's pictures there, there's video, just KLYMAXX.com, KLYMAXX.com.
And I appreciate, because I know there's a child out there with y'all name. I bet you there is a child named KLYMAXX right now talking about that's who I'm named after. I bet you.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna finish. I'm not.
I bet you there is, because I'm telling you, like, I mean, listen, y'all gotta understand that the significance of this band. Like, okay, I'm trying to not fangirl out too much, but I need y'all to do me a favor, and you finish watching this interview, please click sign up for their mailing list, follow them, and most of all, play the music for y'all little children. I know we don't have no grandmothers ain't grandmothers no more. Be the fun auntie and introduce KLYMAXX to your nieces and nephews, because grandmothers are my age now, and I feel some type of way. Like
I overstand. Hey, first time my doctor said something like me about being grandmother age, I wanted to sock him in the chin. Like, what? I'm what?
no, like
when did that happen? When did that happen?
Of mine, we 40, and Jake great grandmothers and the grandbaby is daggone near 7. I'm like, wait, carry the one. No, okay.
And then what I realized is, my idea of generations is so distorted because, I didn't have children. I didn't do that whole marriage and children thing. So, when somebody comes up to me saying, yeah, my grandchild, I'm like, wait a minute. When did that happen?
See, that's why you look like you look good, because you ain't do all that. You ain't had them issues. See, listen, y'all, see what happens when you don't be fooling up with people with the foolishness. This is what you get. You get beautiful. You get stress free. You don't have no drug. I should have did that. I really think I did. I think I took a wrong turn somewhere. But you know what? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be doing that, because now I'm like, yeah. Well, you ain't here. You dang it. I could have been okay. I could have been so much more.
All your interviews like a fan. Oh
I could have been so much more and fooling around with somebody dusty behind. Okay.
I warned you though.
I should have been at. Well, I need to come to your show so I can sit up there and reminisce and get my life back. Cause I mean, oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm not saying y'all don't get married and not have children, but I'm just saying, look at what happens when you don't. You
Make your own choices. I'll put it that. Make your own choices. Don't
have
let
to
it
make better choices.
a life choice you really don't want. Just make your own choice.
This ain't the life. Okay. Y'all don't judge me because I said what I said.
It's never too late to make a turn for the better. How's that?
To get off this road and go on and be footloose and fancy free. Don't ask me for no cookies, cakes, pies, drinks, nothing. Lunch money. I don't want to. Don't ask me nothing. Because that's a beautiful thing. Like that is so amazing. Like you chose to have the life that you wanted, and I love that for you. And low-key jealous, but
I don't know what to say to that. I didn't know any different. All I wanted to do was play music. And at the time, being a woman guitarist, I was always the only, girl in the band or whatever. And I remember this, guy that I was dating at the time, right before, I got into KLYMAXX. And I had just gotten KLYMAXX, and, we were having rehearsals. And so I said, well, I got to go to rehearsal. He said, you got to go rehearsal again? I said, you know what? We're done. And it was like that moment taught me either chase that dream that everybody thinks that, women should have, or pursue your music. And I kept with the music. I mean, it was, there was a couple other guys that, made comments like, what makes you think you're going to make it in music more so than anybody else? That, it's like, I didn't know that I couldn't succeed. And that kind of, that type of statement to me was like, okay, you're not on my team, or you're not going where I want to go, or you're not going to help me get there. It was always, you're going to be a blockage of some way. And I just, I pursued my music. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, I started playing guitar when I was 11. I mean, I saw, the first band, I don't know, when I was whatever, 9, 8, and I said, that's what I want to do when I grow up. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. And at some point early in my life, I remember having, I don't know, a dream, daymare, nightmare, whatever you want to call it. I remember being on stage playing guitar. And let me just say about the guitar. For some reason, my parents always gave me a toy guitar every other Christmas. So there was always a guitar around me. So I had to see, I'm on stage, I'm playing guitar, the lights are flashing, the audience is screaming, the music is playing. I'm playing guitar, I'm getting ready to step up to the microphone and sing my first note. And I look over to the right of me at the band and go, gee, they look kind of odd, but oh well. And then I start singing, the whole thing goes on. So fast forward, I don't know, it could have been 10, 15 years. I'm not sure how many years, but it was some years. And we're performing, KLYMAXX is performing at the Olympic Auditorium in downtown LA. The lights are going, the music is going, I'm playing guitar, the crowd is screaming, deja vu. All of a sudden it's like, oh my God, here's the dream. What was it that I couldn't see about the band in the dream? What is it in reality about this situation that I couldn't understand in the dream? I looked over to my right at the band. It was an all-female band. But my dream had come true.
See, a lot of us are up here putting our dreams on hold for somebody raggedy behind. So listen now, follow your heart. If somebody is not on your team, keep it moving. Like, I really do think I needed to hear that. Like, I really did, because like, this is something like I have to, you know what I'm saying? I got to get myself together. So yes, I definitely.
You already are. You just, got to clear a few things out the way.
Yes, I'm working on that. I'm about to use a broom and sweep. Oh, no, I'm a sweep. I'm not gonna hit nobody. Yes, that's me. I'm gonna use the broom. I'm gonna sweep. I ain't gonna knock nobody out because then then my dreams will be deferred. I'll be on cell block C's talking about, yeah, I could have been, and I was trying to clean house. But I really I cannot thank you enough for one giving me my theme song. I don't care. You may have made it for everybody else, but it's mine. Um and then your words, like, you have really sparked, just in that one moment, you have really made me get the confidence that I need to, keep going the way that because sometimes self-doubt and fear will get you, but you were right. Follow your dreams. Do not, when somebody says something it's not aligned with your dream, that's what's going to happen. Because I put so much stuff on a shelf because of what someone has said. Somebody who's supposed to be on my team has said, and I stopped. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. This was confirmation to do that. So I thank you so much.
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely gonna talk. Okay, we're gonna pick a day. We're gonna just talk, because you are talking to somebody who is in awe of you and your okay, listen. I I really, like, I appreciate you giving your gifts and your talents and sharing it. And I can't thank you enough for that. But I have thank you. Like, I cannot wait to see you, that's my goal, is to be celebrate this whole year, and the year, keep celebrating. And that's one of the things that's on my list, because I was so mad, because, like, oh my gosh, I could have saw her in person. I could have seen. So I can't wait to see your list of shows when you're at, so I can come and enjoy it and experience it live. And okay, I'm
Me too. Me too. I'm excited to be here with you.
yes. So I really want to thank you. Uh, y'all, thank you all for watching. All the links will be below and in the article. I can't stop smiling, because y'all don't understand. This is iconic for me, because I can't play any instrument, and I can sing solo that y'all can hear me. But I appreciate amazing good music. So, and I want to thank you so much. And I will definitely be in contact. I will, because there's so much that we could have been on here. We could have been for hours. Okay. But it was such a pleasure. Is there any words you want to leave for the audience who's listening? Oh gosh, okay.
Uh, first of all, know or recognize or accept the knowledge you have of what makes you happy. Stop putting yourself, your ideas, your wants and desires for something or someone else. First, know what makes you happy. At least you can start from there. Maybe you have some responsibilities you got to deal with, but what is it that would make you happy? A lot of people don't know that. I mean, this is a tragic thing, but you say something, well, what would make you happy? And they go, "Oh, I don't know." So at least know that. What would make you happy? What would you like to do that would make you happy? What would you like to attain that would make you happy? If not even the word happy, how about peace? What would give you peace? What would create the peace atmosphere for your life? So do that first and be honest with yourself. That's another thing that we kind of tend not to do, is we're not honest with ourselves, because sometimes we think it's too much, too good, too this, too that. There's nothing for your life that is not too good, that is not for you to try to attain, not even try. If it feels right to you, go for it.
Okay. Thank thank you so much, because I know that helped me. I know it's gonna help someone else, but I thank you so much for talking to me today. I can't wait. We will definitely come back and reconvene, soon. I want to thank you so much, and you have a great evening.
Okay, thank you.